Hello, here's LiHa2004 and today I have an interview for you, and this interview is a special interview. As you maybe can hear, it is in English. It's actually my first ever video in English. I'm very proud to have Benjamin McFadyean as my interview guest today. And Benjamin is the president of the Borussia Dortmund Fan Club in London. Benjamin, would you please introduce yourself to the followers of my channel?
Hello Linus, this is Ben McFadyean, the founder and president of the Borussia Dortmund Fan Club in London. It's really nice of you to ask me to do an interview. My name is Benjamin McFadyean, and we have a fan club in London which has about 300 members. We have about 15,000 followers on the social media, which we've worked very hard for over the last 5 years. And we regularly meet in London at a pub called Da Pepe, and there we have a big screen, and it's a real sort of Borussia Dortmund atmosphere. And we regularly get like 30-40 people who come to watch matches with us. Yeah, it's really fun. Obviously Borussia Dortmund are having a challenging season this year, but people are still really interested, and people especially love going out to the Westfalenstadion, or Signal Iduna Park as it's commercially known as, and watching games. For us English fans, it's an absolutely fantastic experience, and I'm really looking forward to going out to watch the Revier Derby next week.
So thank you for that introduction. And how and why have you become founder of the Borussia Dortmund Fan Club in London, and why not a club from England like Newcastle, for example? Newcastle is my favorite football club in England.
So why did I become president or founder of a fan club of a German team instead of a team like Newcastle United, which is your favorite team? Indeed, Linus, I have seen your t-shirt or your football shirt with Newcastle United on it, and it's a great shirt, and Newcastle United are a fantastic club. Indeed, my favorite English club are Aston Villa from Birmingham, the European champions of 1982. And essentially the story is that my stepfather Erhard is from Germany, from Dortmund to be exact, and he introduced me to German football when I was 12 years old. I got a Toni Schumacher shirt. Toni Schumacher, by the way, played once for Borussia Dortmund. I think it was season 2012, if I'm not mistaken, and was the goalkeeping coach at Borussia Dortmund before Teddy de Beer, and a football legend, a German international football legend. But I went down one day to watch when I was at school in Dortmund. I lived in Dortmund for 6 years. I went down on the train one day to the stadium, and I made some really good friends, and basically I ended up living there for a total of 6 years. And while I was there, I had a season ticket, and I became a referee in Borussia Dortmund's football division, because Dortmund, like many sports clubs, has many departments like handball and table tennis and other departments. And I became a member of the club, which I still am, and that was 30 years ago. So living in London, I really wanted to have a gathering point for people who love black and yellow, the Borussia from Dortmund. The Bayern Munich have had 2 fan clubs here for a long time, which are successful, and I just really wanted to have a fan club for black and yellow fans, for Dortmund fans. And as I said earlier, the fan club has gone from strength to strength over the years, and we now have 11 ex-Borussia Dortmund players who have become honorary members of our fan club, and I'm proud to say that you will know some of them, like Neven Subotic, who is a current centre-back at Borussia Dortmund, or perhaps Jörg Heinrich, who won the Champions League with Dortmund, or Martin Kreh, who won the Champions League with Dortmund. They are all legends, and we're exceedingly proud to have them as members. So that's kind of that for you.
Thank you very much that you shared the interesting story of your fan club with us. Think about founding a Newcastle United fan club in my hometown. And would you please tell us something about the story with the Borussia Dortmund taxi in London? who came up with this bizarre idea. We can see a picture which was produced for the crowdfunding on the German crowdfunding platform Start Next, before the project was actually realized.
The idea of the Borussia Dortmund taxi you asked me about. Well, the idea of the Borussia Dortmund taxi was pretty simple. One man alone cannot endlessly be doing all the promotional work for Borussia Dortmund in a city of 8 million people like London. And as much as I'm always prepared to sit at the pub table with my yellow and black flag, and unlike today where I'm wearing a blue jumper and a blue and white shirt, which has got nothing to do with Schalke, by the way, so you don't be concerned about that. I'm just at work today doing this interview. It occurred to me that we needed some sort of vehicle, some sort of way of connecting with BVB fans and also promoting BVB in London, and just kind of, getting people to see that there are BVB fans in England. So I put together a crowdfunding project with a group of 6 other fans, Bastian, Jens, Gern and some other lads. And we basically did an international crowdfunding project where we raised money from all around the world. And we got about 40 or 50 different funders, individuals who gave money, sometimes 20, sometimes 30, sometimes 50 euros. We then got some corporate sponsors, especially ones from Germany, like Puma Sportswear. And I guess you will be able to show your fans the photo of the taxi. But basically for one season, 16-17, last season, the DFB Pokal winning season, we had our magnificent, beautiful black and yellow taxi driving around London, collecting passengers and doing the normal work that a taxi does, with the difference that it's a black and yellow Borussia Dortmund taxi. We were very, very proud to do that, and it was a wonderful project. We do not have our taxi anymore. You asked why? Well, the reason is because it's very expensive to take advertising on an entire taxi. But it was not an accident, it was just that we don't have the money anymore. And Linus, anytime that you are in London with your parents, you are welcome to come to the Da Pepe bar at 72 Cleveland Street in London, and you can join us and many other German and British fans of Borussia Dortmund, and you can watch a game with us and have some German food and beer, and you can see our new project, which is a vast graffiti mural of Borussia Dortmund players from the last 50 years, like Lars Ricken and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and many, many other famous players that an artist painted on our wall, which is 3 meters by 3 meters, so it's absolutely huge. And I will send you a couple of photos so that you can show your fans on your YouTube channel what the Borussia Dortmund Fan Club in London does. And by way of this, I would like to invite you, Linus, to become a member of our Borussia Dortmund London Fan Club and to visit us, as I said, anytime you are in London. So thank you, Linus, for taking an interest in Borussia Dortmund and Borussia Dortmund Fan Club London, and I wish you great success with your channel. Cheers.
That's a very cool story. I wish we had a Newcastle United taxi over here. Thank you very much, Benjamin, for this kind invitation. I hope I'm next year in London for the CONIFA World Cup final, and when I manage to get to London, I promise I'm going to visit you in your pub. As a Bayern Munich fan, I must think twice about membership in your club, but I take it into account. Benjamin, thank you very, very much for this great interview, and here are some pictures Benjamin has just mentioned. If you like this video, give me your like and subscribe to my channel.